Hi everyone, we're back with another project in our 2018 Holiday Paper Pack Challenge, and I am using a piece of plain white cardstock for the inside of this project. We're going to wrap it with the pattern paper and stick some tissue paper in between. This cardstock size is 5 by 8.5. Our pattern paper is 4.5 by 9. And then I just have one sheet of red tissue paper, okay? What we're going to do first is take our cardstock, and on the 8.5-inch side, we're going to score at 1/2 inch, 2.5, 4.5, and 6.5. And we're going to fold in on all these lines. Now we're going to stick adhesive on our smaller section here, which is the 1/2 inch strip that we made. We're going to align it with the other side of our cardstock. Just like that. So we have a little box that is 2 inches squared that way, and then 5 inches long this way. We're going to take our piece of tissue paper, and I'm trying to think of how I did this. Okay, piece of tissue paper, and we're going to wrap. I folded the tissue paper in half, and then with it long ways, we're going to stick our box long ways, and we're just going to wrap the, now with nothing being in here at the moment, this is a little bit wobbly, but once you get your contents in here, it'll be a little bit more rigid. So you are going to wrap your box with the tissue paper like this, okay? And I would probably, let's see, let's stick a little bit of adhesive right here on the end of the tissue paper, just so that it sticks just like that. Okay, so our box is in there like that. Now we're going to take our pattern paper, and I'm not going to score this because I'm going to just once again feel where my edges are, and I'm going to crease with my hands and make my score lines that way. Alright? But before I do that, actually let's go ahead and do that first, and then I'll put adhesive on. So we'll just hold our box as steady as we can. We'll give ourselves some little crease lines like that. We'll flip it over, give ourselves some crease lines there, and give ourselves some crease lines there. Okay, now, these aren't super duper scored lines, so what I do is I just line up the edges and make sure that I'm even. And where I've pushed down to create my own score lines, I just reinforce that area, okay? Alright, so now we've got that. I'm going to take my little label off, and we'll go back around here, and it just wraps right around. We'll put adhesive on this side. Now at this point, like I said, you can put your things inside, but once you have everything wrapped up, you still are able to put things inside. And your box on the inside is slightly larger than your pattern paper wrap. And that's the way I wanted it to be. So it hangs over just a little bit, and it looks like this. It's really, really cute, and it will hold a lot of things. Now at this point, what I would do is, I have some of this, I don't know, thread, twine, it says craft string. I would take it and I would just, on one end, put a little, give it a little tug. Not super tight, but enough that it's going to, hold your things. And then we'll cut this off. Then you can decide how much tissue you want on the ends. And I'll just cut off like that much. okay? So we have that over there. Now you can stick your treats in there. Probably easier at this point if we went ahead and just cut this as well. Okay, so you can stick your treats in there. And then when you're ready, I cut off a little more on this side than that side. But anyways, I'm gonna redo this because I'm going to actually put something inside here. But for the basic purpose of showing you, you'll want to make sure you obviously, when you're cutting your tissue paper, get it the same size. If you want to cut it beforehand so you don't have this issue, you can cut it beforehand. But this is a cute, fast gift you can throw together really quickly, and it only takes, you know, really one piece. If I wanted to use the polka dot paper on the inside, I could have used that as well. I just didn't want to waste my pattern paper on the inside because you don't see that. But anyways, you need the one piece of paper and then one piece of tissue, and you've got it, you have it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you later. Hi guys, I'm back. It was really bothering me with the uneven ends on this project, so let me show you what I did. I totally took apart everything as far as unwrapping it, and with the tissue paper that I had cut, I went ahead and centered my box up on to the center of that piece, okay? Now when I wrap it up and then cover it back up, my ends are even, and it looks like this. You see what I'm doing? So if you mess up and you cut a little too much off one end, you can take it apart because no one is going to see the inside of the tissue. So if it's ripped just a little bit, you can always get another piece of tissue paper if you want to do that. But I'm using the same piece of tissue that I had before. I just centered my box inside of the tissue that I had cut. All right, guys, thanks. We'll see you later.